Okay, let's move on towards day 2 then, shall we? We're gonna have FAV versus Ant today. FAV, so we're gonna have Hunter Yami. I think this is a new Hunter, I'm not too sure. But the first two bans here is gonna be Antiquarian and Coordinator. For Survivors, potentially speaking, you could have Patient or Acro. Yeah, so Patient or Acro should be coming out here. So Patient is here. And Gardener's not a bad pick, but it just depends on where we're gonna put Gardener as well on that side note too. But I kind of feel like we're gonna go with the Seer ban. Seer ban is a huge question mark. I don't think there was a need for Opera to ban a Seer. But of course, Survivor side, we decided to rotate the Lawyer. Now, First Officer has been banned, so this could be just Aeroplanist. Realistically speaking, Aeroplanist might be the better option here. But we're gonna go for Merc instead. Gonna be able to go for Merc instead. It's not what I would call a good enough comp, cause yes, Merc can definitely guarantee rescues, and you know, Merc can contain, but once again, Merc is still only 3 elbow pads. Now, when it comes to the containment wise, Merc is probably better than Aeroplanist, but Aero has more of a, like, you know, Aero can play around the Hunter just a little bit more compared to a Mercenary maybe. Simply because of the fact that against Opera Singer, for an Aeroplanist, Aero more or less would be dashing 3 times at an interval. So then, like, during these 3 times, Opera Singer can always catch up, but before Merc, it's like 1 elbow pad and you're already at the palace. 1 elbow pad and you're already at the pallet here. So this is the Merc and this is the pallet. Meanwhile, for Aeroplanist, this is him and the pallet is here. He needs to get another puff towards the pallet, which is the, I guess, the issue for Aeroplanist to go against an Opera Singer. But Aeroplanist still works very well against everyone else. It's just Opera Singer who's a little bit more different. But once again, we're gonna have Yami's Opera coming out here immediately. Opera isn't that much of a bad pick here. Opera honestly isn't that much of a bad pick here. But it also just depends on how Survivors will rotate here as well. More or less, what we would like to see is... yeah, Patient at 4th top here is not bad. Now, Yami spawned here because she thought that Lawyer would be here. If this was a Lawyer, it would be great. If this was a Lawyer, it'd be even better. But it seems like for now, it will be Gardener instead. For Opera, I mean, there's a lot of dash routes here to get towards this area, but I guess looping, I guess for Gardener, you can only loop this area once before you take the tram and go. Realistically speaking as well, probably Gardener's bubble will be bursted when tram goes. We're gonna see if Merc is actually gonna go towards 3rd stop or not when it comes to, you know, just giving a little bit more support, but I don't think that will more or less happen. Kiri is safe, monitoring is also safe. Now, on the condition that Yami actually goes towards 2-story, you could potentially just have Yora here getting the tram out immediately and then go back to coatings just so the Lawyer can take it and go. But then, like, the Gardener is going to be in danger. So Gardener will be dead if we do that, but we're going to waste a lot of time early game. But we're going to see here now, we're going to have Anyora and Monitoring and Kiri and Andam here as the Gardener, Lawyer, Patient, and the Mercenary. We're gonna have Yami here as our Hunter, as Opera Singer. Opera Singer wise, still not a bad Hunter. Honestly, still not a bad Hunter, but it depends a lot. That depends a lot now, I guess. It really does depend a lot now. But on towards the game we go then, shall we? We're gonna have Yami here running straight in towards Yora. Yora, on the other hand, should be able to loop here at least once. You should be able to loop around this area at least once. But for our Gardener, it seems like we decide that we want to go in between the palace to contain here. A little bit of an earlier chase than I expected, but preferably for Gardener here if we... ooh, very nice pallet stun. If we can actually get the bubble bursted at 50 seconds and then take the tram, probably would be better. But for the Survivors right now, what they're probably thinking is, you know, since I got such a good early game, let's keep it that way. But of course, 2nd stop right now, it's a little bit unfortunate, but Gardener playing the right mind games here. It's just that her bubble is gonna burst in 5 seconds if I'm not wrong, or 10 seconds, probably 7 seconds because it's the same extension effect. But she's got a vault down. Yeah, she's got a vault down sooner or later right here. Gardener and bubble decide to burst right now, but 3 cipher 100%. That's why you can't really chase after Gardener. Now, the tram probably isn't ready just yet because coaster is 5 second cooldown. So for Gardener here, rotating towards the next double pallet is gonna be the better choice here at the end of the day. Still trying to play a really long mind game here, but I really do think it's really just Opera Singer. It's really just Opera Singer who's able to move around pallets really fast during shadow form, so it's really hard to play mind games. But on the persona wise, it was some kind of tension with confined space. Now the confined space build is a little bit interesting, but let's just see here how much of a big difference it does make when it comes to a lawyer on the field. But we're going to be able to come out here immediately, and that's going to be a normal kick directly on towards that cipher machine. We are missing 3 full cipher machines now though, but what is it? With chair camp, or so now we're gonna get the hit. Gardner is still gonna be rescued, but Gardner doesn't have borrowed time. It's probably a tight guarantee right now because of that normal kick. Honestly, probably no, it's control freak, yeah. Probably a tight guarantee because of that control freak. We're gonna get rid of the chair. Fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. That's broken and that's fixed, but Gardner at least gets to sit on this chair for 10% longer. That's quite smart. But since Yami decided to bring control freak, I don't think that might work as well. Cipher machine wise, we have 2 cipher machines at 50%, 1 full cipher machine remaining. My belief right now is Lawyer is probably going to become the next targetable chase, considering the fact that we know where Lawyer was initially. But it seems like for Yami, we Survivor says only one of them decoding. Merc is going to be a little bit too afraid to decode. Merc is going to be a little bit too afraid to decode right now, especially with Abnormal still up and all ready to go. Maybe we can teleport very soon as well. We're just going to check the cipher machines here. See that it's been decoded by around 10%. And it seems like what I'm gonna go for. I mean, going for patient isn't that much of a bad idea. I won't lie with you, especially patient 4-stop. Even though Opera Singer here is at max presence, but once again, it's patient at 4-stop, and we teleported back the wrong direction. A little bit unfortunate, but we decided to look for Mercenary here. Okay, so it seems like we're only trying to bait out items from patients. So that's my misjudgment there. Yami getting stuck a little bit, but Mercy still having 1 elbow pad remaining. There's still missing 1 cipher machine though, so I guess Lawyer is going to be the one decoding that cipher machine. That's going to be a really good elbow pad up and away, but Mercenary is still going to go down here at the end of the day. Kitty is going to have to hide. Patient is going to have to hide here, because like with that 1 full cipher machine here remaining, this 27% cipher machine, you need at least 50 seconds. You need 50 seconds at least. Chairing will take 10 seconds, so it's 10-second chair. And then Mercenary sits on chair for 66 seconds. But since this is a Merc on chair, he has an 8-second mini tie turner for the Mercy. So Mercy here is okay. It's actually really nice for Mercy to be here, but we're able to find patient. That's not a good sign. That is, honestly speaking, not a good sign for us to be able to find patient. Yami, that's a little bit of a dangerous area right there. We're going to be able to TP, but we didn't TP back towards the right direction here. A little bit unfortunate. And it seems like it's going to be a no damage rescue here. We're going to be able to hit the Mercenary once again. Mercy 2nd chair, but that's also okay, because the moment we change targets, Yami getting a little bit stuck right there though. We do see where patient is. That's going to be the pop, it does seem. Okay, patient doesn't really have borrow time, so that's probably the better option there. Meanwhile, we did get the blink out, but Dan is stuck. Dan is stuck back there. It's more of an unfortunate situation, but I don't think that should be happening. Maybe it's because of the fact that we're a little bit too afraid, but at least Lawyer is going to be able to get out. So for Yami here, it's considered as a 3-man elimination. For Yami here, it is considered as a 3-man elimination. There is... Oh, wait, there's dungeon. There, oh, wait, never mind. First chair patient. Never mind, I was wrong. Never mind. Yeah, that's the first chair patient. Lawyer wouldn't be coming anytime soon, but let's congratulate Yami here for the 3-man elimination. Moving on towards second half we go. Okay, let's directly move on to our second half. We're gonna have Hiroazu here coming from Anne's Hunter side. First 2 bans is probably gonna be Auntie and Cordy once again. Gardner and Auntie works, but there's really no need to ban there's no need to ban Gardner unless you want the 4-man elimination. So the Gardner ban here is that we want a 4-man elimination. But for the survivors here, you could just go Lawyer first, realistically speaking. But it seems like we're gonna go for I guess since the last game we saw, when it comes to working carousel, and there is the gate here. So this is the exit gate, and there is like a rocket chair here. and if there's a survivor on the rocket chair, if Embalmer is here, Embalmer can actually see the survivor that's on the rocket chair near the 4th stop gauge. So that's kind of scary. I can see why we decided to get this out now. So I'm surprised Embalmer can see their faces from so far away. But I also think that that's only under the condition that if we break the pallet near the chair, because there's a pallet near the chair as well. This is a pallet, let me just label that. So you need to be able to break the pallet. Maybe you need to break the pallet, I'm not sure. Because even when the hunter, even when Opera Singer here, how do I draw Opera? Even if Opera Singer stands in between the area and there's a chair back here, for some odd reason, Embalmer can still be able to see the goddamn survivor on the chair, so that's a little bit weird. But the next 2 bands, COA and Mercenary, fair enough. We're going to come out with First Officer instead, and of course the Seer. Seer is like an extra hit potential, extra hit. So then this means Seer works well with Patient, works well with Embalmer. And for these 2, right, honestly, if Seer isn't first chase, Seer has to use Owl anyways, because Owl only matters early game. Owl is only good in early game, and then for mid game Owl doesn't really do much, honestly. But we're gonna have Opera Singer here once again. There's really not much to see from Opera Singer's side, but I guess in a nutshell for Opera, we are gonna have to see how it goes. Now then, we're gonna have that's a bit. I'm a bit weirded out. Sorry, cause. Actually, no, it's not bad. It's not bad. Maybe Nerusu being here is not a bad idea, but personally, I thought maybe you would put Embalmer here, so Embalmer takes Tram and just keeps going while First Officer comes to the stop. But I guess it's an issue if this girl decides to bring TP as well. But it seems like Seer will be first chase. Seer first chase should be allowed to loop around here at least once before taking the Tram and go. So you probably get around 30% owl regenerate from the Seer here, which isn't a bad option. 30% owl regenerate actually isn't bad. Meanwhile, Felix can just go upstairs and deploy his coffin here. And, you know, he can rush this way, or even if Seer wants, he can actually take the Tram here and then go towards the middle so Embalmer can see Seer. Then, like, when Seer gets down, whether here or here, you'll be able to coffin. But anyways, once again, this is going to be Yugineri, Sudacho, and Felix. We're going to be having Patient, Seer, First Officer, and of course the Embalmer. We're going to be playing against Irohasu here, the Opera Singer. Opera Singer spawning a little bit close towards Seer though. I mean, last game Gardner definitely did very well with the containment. If it wasn't for that abnormal, that definitely would have been really good, but this game it's going to be a little bit more different. And then moving on towards the game we go, we're gonna have Irohasu here. Irohasu, we're actually gonna go after this here, but Nerisu on the other hand, Nerisu isn't afraid of you though. He probably would be able, no, he's gonna go towards the pallets. He said, okay, that's not bad, that's not a bad idea. Gonna go through the pallets, that's fair. We're gonna be able to drop it down, and that's gonna be a movement speed boost out. We have to focus on bottom left hand side here, right? We're gonna have to focus on bottom left hand side here, because Seer already has a 30% owl. Seer has 30% owl regen already. Oh my god, that is actually really fast. That's why I don't like chasing Seers. But Seer has 40% owl regen. That's going to be an owl taken. And now Seer has 50% owl regen. Seer basically has his next owl soon. That's the unfortunate part though. Seer actually has his next owl soon. So with Seer coming up to first stop taking a hit, Seer currently has 70% owl regen. And now the good news here is, okay, where is Embalmer? Embalmer is stepping out here. Look at where Embalmer is. Embalmer is currently at the entrance looking at where Seer is. But I don't know if Embalmer actually got Seer's face, which is a good question. But Seer being able to rotate towards his third stop here though, very nicely done. For Irohasu, for an Opera Singer, it is going to be very hard for you to be able to do much. It's going to be very hard for you to be able to do much, but it seems like Seer is currently on the other side of the map. We can't really blink because we don't know where Seer is, so that's the also next unfortunate situation. But since we are max present, Seer is at 90% owl regen, by the way. Seer is at 90% owl regen right now. We are going to be able to get that away. Nerisu, next, yeah, that's the second owl. Came out just on time. And we're going to be able to blink down here. Okay, so you got an additional 10% owl. But of course, for our Hunters plus one, it's going to be Trump card detention here alongside with Berserker. Not Berserker, just Destructiveness and Berserker. Okay, we're going to be... you're able to see the Seer from so far away, really? That is insane how you're able to see the Seer from so far away. He didn't even get off the stop. Oh my god, that is absolutely insane. We are going to be able to get the Seer back upstairs. Cipher machine wise, they're only missing the last 2 cipher machine. It seems like Felix is going to run away from this area. But meanwhile, on that side note though, it is 2 minutes in towards the game. Accelerated decoding won't be starting anytime soon, but Seer does have 30% out now. It's really just the outer region that is really scary though, isn't it? But for now, we are going to be able to get the Seer down. Okay, Seer goes down here, but it's a very good rebound Kai. It's basically a tie guarantee game here for FAV survivors. That is what they want. That is honestly speaking what they want. First officer is going to be able to finish that 93% cipher machine. That's good news. And I guess in a nutshell, cipher machine does seem like it's enough. It's just a matter of time whether the survivors can actually make it towards the ciphers or not to finish it off. But I guess for Seer, you're gonna have to pop it off anyway because you don't really have much to utilize. But for first officer, he did use all 3 of his activations for his first watch. So there's a huge chance for a double down situation here. Yeah, there's a huge chance for a double down situation here. We just have to be very careful. But it seems like we're gonna go for Nedisu once again. Nedisu 50% L regen. Nedisu has 50% L regen right now. Look, even if you go for first officer, it doesn't matter. There's only 7% left on that cipher machine. That is a 7% cipher machine. It's going to be primed right now. And we do see Yuge already rushing towards that cipher right now. We do have flywheel. That's a very beautiful flywheel, but doesn't really work against our friend here, pressing O in its max presence. Now, there is a few possibilities, and that is we pop the cipher immediately. But I guess for Patient does have borrowed time, so we can wait. We can actually wait. We can wait for Embalmer to get towards the gate and first officer to get towards the gate. But that's gonna be a pop. Very nicely done. And Patient pulls. Okay, Patient is, that's a nice pallet down. That's a pallet down that was needed. And for stairs, Patient is basically invisible in stairs, so I wouldn't really say much about chasing Patient here, but I guess the tie guarantee is a tie guarantee at the end of the day. Between a 3-man and a 4-man elimination, at least it wasn't a 4-man elimination that last game on the day, at least got a 1-man escape, but it seems like for survivors here, we're going to be able to get a 3-man escape. Are we though? We do have Tinnitus. We are going to lose Tinnitus if Irohasu loses where the Patient is. We're gonna go in towards this direction right now. It seems like we are going to be able to find Patient here, thankfully. And Dungeon isn't here. That's the good news. Oh, never mind. He's able to dash. Oh, he didn't dash out. He crawled out. Never mind. He vaulted out. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. We did get a head over the window. And let's congratulate Ty here for and moving on to our second half. The game.